Hello, everybody. My name's Josh, and hopefully, this is going to be the first of a long series. So, I'm wanting to learn about cybersecurity. I've got very, very little IT experience. I did go to school for a couple semesters, but pretty much you could say it was non existent. So, with that being said, I'm hoping to share what I learned so far about getting into this little hobby I want to get into, which is cybersecurity, which is pretty much just keeping everything running smooth on the system, keeping intruders out, or on the flip side of it, pen testing and finding the vulnerabilities that can be fixed by the either the software company or by yourself or anybody that knows how to code or whatever. So, with that being said, I'm going to start off. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to research, get as much information as I can. So the first thing I did, I was like, okay, let me figure out. I'm gonna have to have an operating system to do this on. Now there's uh, different ways that you can do this, but I'm gonna go over it a little bit later in another video. But I got to pick an operating system, and from what little bit of research I did, I do know that there's pretty much three OSs that are pretty much based for cybersecurity and pen testing. The first one that you got, which from what I read about, I'm not going to recommend for starters, and that's going to be Arch Linux. Arch Linux, whatever. I heard that it's got a big learning curve to it, which all of them do. Linux itself does. I've got very basic skills in Linux, so I'm going to end up having to read up on it, and I'm going to get to that in a minute too. All right, the second OS that you got for pen testing is Parrot, Parrot OS. Now, I'm going to say this every flavor of Linux is like a flavor of ice cream. You have some people that like one flavor, might not like another flavor. And that's pretty much how this is. And I'm going to explain, like, pretty much a little bit of, of the difference on what I'm finding out. Now, the third version is going to be what they call Kali Linux. This is going to be the version that I'm learning with, the flavor of Linux I'm learning with, because there's a bigger user group out there. There's more resources to find out about it. Now, with that being said, some of the major differences is there's some tools that's in Kali Linux that's not in Arch Linux and Parrot OS. There's stuff that's in Parrot OS that's not in Kali Linux or Arch Linux, and then there's stuff that's in Arch Linux that's not in Parrot or Kali. But like I said, I'm gonna end up going with Kali because, like I said, there's more resources and more like groups on social media and all that. That if I get stuck with something, I'll be able to ask for help a little bit uh, faster and probably get a quicker response. And I imagine there's a lot of articles on Google too about it. Okay, so once again, I am going to go with Kelly. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to find something to read to help me along with learning Linux a little bit better. And like I said, with Kali Linux, which is ultimately a derivative of what they call Debian Linux. Okay, and the first book that I'm going to read because I'm seeing it's highly recommended is this book right here, Linux Basics for Hackers. Okay, and I'm going to go into the author of that for a second. He remains anonymous. uh, So he's got a couple other books that I'm going to go with too. I know one's about networking, and then the How to Become a Cyber Warrior book. But this is going to be the first one that I start out with because I really need to know how my operating system works. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, since I've got an OS, an operating system that I'm going to go with, I've got a book to start with to learn that OS to get my hands on approach to some of the more other skills. I am going to end up going with our good friend Google. Now, there's a couple places that you can go that I've looked at. One is going to be called Hack the Box. These have free learning tiers on them, so you ain't got to worry about paying a whole lot to get started. Now, once you progress further, then you can get a subscription. See, they've got it for hackers, for businesses. This is just one of them, and like I said, this is used by different businesses, different companies, EA, Intel, blah blah, Deloitte. Then there's another one that's pretty much aimed towards beginners. It's called Try Hack Me. And this is the one that I'm doing. Let me log out real quick. This is going to be the one that I start with. It pretty much it teaches you stuff, and then it's used by Google CompTIA, which is a major certification. They give out the major certifications, but they go by rooms. They have different exercises. You learn different aspects of cybersecurity, like red teaming here is working in a team environment doing penetration tests. They have what they call blue teaming, which is analyzing an attack, finding out as much as you can about the attackers, finding out how to secure your system and how to handle the situation while it's going on. Then, let's go back to Google. There's another one. It's called Cybersecurity. Now, I like this. It's a little bit more advanced and a little bit more expensive. Like, I think for Try Hack Me, I think the starting like subscription is like $15 a month. For Hack the Box, it's 18. That only takes you up to like tier 3, and then tier 3 and above is like $40 a month on Hack the Box. Now this one, like I said, it's kind of expensive, but it's more in depth, more advanced. So you got penetration testing and ethical hacking, CompTIA, Security Plus, all this good stuff. But I don't know much about this one, but when I was telling you about the author of that book, he's actually on X, which used to be Twitter, occupied the web, 3Q, at 3_Q. Now, he actually has a site that is called Hackers Arise. They go through bundles. It's kind of expensive too, but from what I gather, he's really, really good. And they've got like different kind of classes, different kind of trainings that you can go through. But like I said, I'm gonna go into a. There you go. They have $149 program going on right now, so we'll see what that's all about. Maybe later, but right now I'm gonna go through the Try Hack Me. Okay, so what this is pretty much is me starting my journey in cybersecurity. I want you to learn what I learned. I want to kind of make it exciting, and like I said, this is pretty much a journal of what I'm learning from nothing to as far as I can go. So, with that being said, if anybody ever watches this that's in this field of study that knows how to do stuff better, feel free to chime in, leave a comment, let me know what you're thinking. This goes for anybody. Let me know what y'all think. And like I said, I'll try to keep it as entertaining as I can. This is like a video journal. And hopefully we'll get into like product reviews and stuff like that too. So I do want to show you a couple people that I've followed on YouTube that I watch their videos. One is InfoSec Pat. And hold on. Here we go. InfoSec Pat right here. I've been watching a few of his videos. Here's the address up here. And he's got stuff from tech stuff to penetration testing, anything for certified ethical hackers. He's pretty good. And then another one that I'm following is David Bumble. I'm watching some of his videos. This is him right here. And I mean, he's got to be doing something right. He's got 2.28 million subscribers. Pretty much, he's got different stuff for hacking and penetration testing. A lot of stuff with hardware, look like. And last but not least, I'm going to look at Network Chuck. Network Chuck is more into. See, he's got a few hacking stuff, but he's more into like telling you how like a bunch of stuff works, how to install a bunch of stuff, which that's helped in many ways. Now, one I'm gonna end up doing. Here, let me change this. I'm gonna show y'all the website to get Kali from. Now, you do not want to install this on a main machine unless you exactly know what you're doing. I've messed it up a couple times. Not today, but back in the past when I've tried to do this. But what we're going to do is we're going to end up putting it on a virtual. I'm going to show you how to put it on a virtual machine. Then I'm going to show you how to use a USB live stick. So for them two, you can just go to download. You could come right here to virtual machine for the virtual machine. Let me see. And we're going to end up using VirtualBox. So this would be the one I'd want y'all to download right here. And then for the pen testing, or for the USB stick, we're going to download the one right here. It says Live Boot. And it's going to be this image right here. Now, I'm going to show y'all in another video of actually how to install this if you're not familiar with VirtualBox. It's an amazing thing. Virtualization is kind of awesome. But like I said, this is just going to be me, pretty much a journey of me going through cybersecurity. I'm trying to decide on what area I want to focus in, which I want to be well rounded. But I think I want to do the pen testing, maybe a malware analysis and threat hunting, and possibly some digital forensics. That would kind of be neat to me, considering of what my real job is. So, with that being said, I hope y'all come back around. I might try to do a video at least once a week. to show my progress, maybe once every 2 weeks. So by then, maybe I'll get work, make an intro, and we'll have some other cool stuff to do. Oh, well, I'm not going to keep anybody else waiting, but like I said, this is just going to be a little video journal, pretty much. And I hope it helps out those that's wanting to start into this field. And if we come across something that we don't understand, we'll find somebody to help. I really recommend following a bunch of the people that's in this field on X, aka used to be Twitter. Finding a couple of them on Facebook and just talk to them. Try to get to know them. Comment on some of their posts. Follow them. Subscribe to them. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get pretty far. Now, with that being said, I'm going to bid y'all a good day. Until next time.